In our text today, we see that there's been some things going on, because if you look at the first part of chapter 12, you find out that Jesus and his disciples are walking through a grain field, and it's on the Sabbath. And they begin eating the grain on the Sabbath day. And you know, the Pharisees was always trying to mess with Jesus and everything that he did, and they were always following him, looking at him, and you find out that they ask him, why can't your dudes, you know, in so many words, why can't you and your boys do right? Yeah, you know it's the Sabbath, and you're not supposed to be working. You ain't supposed to be going through this grain field grabbing grain. Jesus tells them, you know, did you not remember what David did when him and his homies was hungry? After fighting in a war, they went into the temple and grabbed the showbread and ate that showbread, and nothing happened to them. Y'all are too worried about a day and your religion and all that kind of stuff, instead of realizing I am the Lord of the Sabbath. And see, when you start studying and getting into the theology of the creation, there are scholars that believe that the seventh day, which is known as the Sabbath, is a day of the future, which is called an eschatolon. It means that it is in the future, because they believe that we live right now in the sixth day, because man was made on the sixth day. The Eden experience was happened on the sixth day. All of this happened on the sixth day. So, because when you look at God being able to rest, how was God able to rest when Adam and Eve had sinned? Jesus came to bring everything back together, and one day, when you look at it and know, there was water upon the face of the earth. The seas were there, and there was darkness. But one day, when we make it to heaven, Revelation tells us that there is no more sea. And there is no more darkness, because see, the sea is the abyss. The sea is the chaotic, the where death is. And darkness was already on the earth. But one day, all of that will be gone. So Jesus is trying to get them to understand, you're so worried about a day that none of that even really matters right now. So now when we get into our text, we see it's still on the Sabbath, and Jesus heals a demon-possessed man, who, because he was possessed by the demon, was both blind and mute. Yeah, and this one miracle changed this man's life. Why?